Hey familia, Miranda here, and today I have a little thrift haul for you guys. So I decided that I want to do this separate from my monthly haul just because it's a bit of a special little thrift haul. So if you follow me on Instagram, you guys know that I recently took a little vacation from work. Thank goodness for PTO, right? But anywho, so me and my family, we spent all of last weekend over on the coast. We went to Newport, Oregon, which I mean, I've been there before, but I'd never actually gone to the beach there, just to the aquarium, because Newport is home to the Oregon Coast Aquarium, which is the main aquarium here in Oregon. It's a place that, oh my gosh, as a kid, I went there once. When Keiko is the whale that starred in Free Willy. He was at the Oregon Coast Aquarium many years ago before he was shipped off to Iceland, and I got the opportunity to see him then. Obviously, I mean, the aquarium's come a long way since then, but it's always nice going to the aquarium. It's always interesting, always fun seeing all the unique fishes and creatures of the sea and whatnot. So we did go to the aquarium. We also did check out the Ripley's Museum. That was very interesting. And then attached to the Ripley's Museum is the Wax Museum. So we did that too. That was pretty fun. Both places were very interesting. And then, of course, we spent some time there on the waterfront. There's a beautiful Yaquina Bridge there. We also went to go see the Yaquina Lighthouse, which is the oldest standing, I guess, lighthouse in all of Oregon. And then also we did check out Devil's Punch Bowl. So I knocked that off the list, you guys. But it was definitely a much needed vacation. So we came back and took the whole rest of that of last week off and stuff. And you know, my daughter had some teeth pulled, so it all kind of worked out in a way. And my sister, she came, stayed for a few days. You know, we did our thing. Went out thrifting. We just did stuff with the kiddos and all that. And so it was good. Sad that I have to go back to work, but it is what it is. It's life, you guys. So got to get back to the grind. But anywho, while on vacation, just like a few blocks from our hotel room, there was a little tiny thrift store, and we kept driving by and stuff, and I was like very curious, and so I finally decided to Google it because I wanted to see if they had like any movies there. And of course, one of the pictures, kind of in a little corner, I saw that they had movies, and so I had to go in, you guys. And let me just tell you, the thrift store alone doesn't have much going for it, that's for sure. It was a lot of mostly kind of like the antique glasswares kind of thing, that like a little tiny corner of clothing, a little tiny corner of knickknacks, but then like 3/4 of the back wall plus a couple of like double-sided fixtures were movies. So their Blu-rays were $4, their DVDs, I thought on the site it said it was $3, but when I went to check out, they ended up being $2. But all those prices, you know, perfect, right up my alley, just what I was looking for. And you guys, I could have spent so much more time in there had the kiddos have not been with me, but they were with me. They were very antsy, let's just put it that way, because mom was taking a little too long in there. I would say we spent at least probably a good hour in there. Like I said, I probably could have spent more, but they had a lot of interesting titles, just titles that I never see in my area at all. They had a lot of like old school titles, and I just didn't get the chance to really, you know, look into everything and stuff. So I grabbed a handful of Blu-rays, grabbed a handful of DVDs, stuff that I was interested in, got a couple upgrades. Some of the DVDs, yes, they do have Blu-ray, you know, available, but you know, kind of films that I haven't seen, just wanted to check them out kind of thing. And some of the Blu-rays are also, you know, a little bit expensive. So I was like, you know what, I'll just get it on DVD. That's kind of what I've been doing lately. They did actually also have some 4Ks and everything. So their pricing was a little bit weird, because they did have 4Ks that ranged anywhere from like 12 to 15. But some of like the kind of more common Blu-rays for us, you know, collectors, they had priced a little bit higher. I don't know why, like $6-7. I'm like, 5 is my max, 4 is like perfect. So I was excited. I was super excited up in there, you guys, and I could have spent so much more time in there, but you know, we were looking to just kind of, we had just had lunch. This little shop was right around the corner from where we had our lunch and everything. And so hubby went back to the hotel room to just chill. Then me and the kiddos, we just kind of decided to walk it off. So we went to the thrift store, and yeah, I had a great time in there. And like I said, I just, oh my gosh, Seriously, had they have not been with me, I probably would have spent so much more time in there, like just looking into all these other interesting films. But yeah, so they even had like Kino Lorber titles in there, you guys, but they weren't even like, you know, priced differently. So like I said, their pricing was just all kind of weird. I am kind of regretting not getting a digipack that I saw there. It was like $9, and which is honestly the cheapest that I've seen. It was a digibook for Easy Rider, film I've never seen, but I've been interested in it, and I've tried finding it on eBay, and I think the cheapest I've seen is like 15. So I kind of regret not getting that at the $9, but it is what it is, you guys. Enough rambling. Let's just go ahead, get into things. This is what you're here for, is to see the movies that I picked up. So if I ever go back there, I'm definitely gonna spend some more time there. But let's get into it. We'll start off with the Blu-rays. I'm looking at this big old stack here that I got. So let's see what I got. All right, so first off with the Blu-rays, you guys. So we got Judy Garland and Fred Astaire and Easter Parade. Yeah, for the two of them, I had to get it, you guys. And I was actually able to knock off several films from my Amazon wish list, so that's always exciting, you guys. Got Cold Mountain. I don't know if I've seen this one. I feel like I have. It's like probably long freaking time ago, so I'll have to pop this one in and see if I remember anything from it. But Jude Law, Nicole Kidman, Renee Zellweger, Cold Mountain. Yes, please. We got some Gene Kelly here in An American in Paris. So looking forward to checking that one out. We have, I think this is the original Babes in Toyland. Did not have this one. I know there is a remake. I forget who's in it. Is it Drew Barrymore that's in it? I don't remember. I know there's a remake, but this is the original one. At least I think it's the original. I don't know if there's one before this or what, but and of course it's Disney, and there's no date listed on here. So yeah, I don't know. But Babes in Toyland, needed that one. Obviously, kind of a more Christmas film. So I did go ahead and upgrade Funny Girl. I know this just got the Criterion, yes. And I thought about picking it up this sale, you guys, but I decided to wait. But I saw this there. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead, upgrade it to the Blu-ray for now. And, you know, maybe down the road, I'll get the Criterion of it. But I really, really enjoyed this film. So I was very, very happy to upgrade this one. Barbara Streisand is amazing in this. Right, next one up. I don't remember how I came about this film, but I know that the Blu-ray isn't exactly that easy to come by. Because I think most of the ones I'd been seeing were like imports or something like that. But you got Daniel Radcliffe in here, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Elizabeth Olsen. I mean, there's a lot of familiar faces, good looking cast. It says a true story of obsession and murder. Kill your darlings. So very interested to check that one out. Now this one too, I know has a Criterion, and I just have not picked it up, and I've heard nothing but amazing things on it. But like I said, I've never seen it, so I figured I would just go ahead, get the Blu-ray for now, and if I like it, you know, get the Criterion down the road, and that is Blood Simple. So this one too, I think had a pretty good cast in it. Frances McDormand's in here. Yeah, I like her, so definitely seems like something I would enjoy. Like I said, a lot of people rave about this one from the Criterion collection, so I just figured I would go ahead and snag it. We got some Jack Lemmon, Natalie Wood in The Great Race. So I did also go ahead and upgrade Three Amigos here. Now, I, believe it or not, do not have, or I should say did not have, any of the Halloween movies in my collection. I was kind of set to get the 4Ks, but none of them, like seriously, none of them have dropped down in price. Like since they were released on 4K, none of them have dropped in price. And I don't know, I just don't really want to pay, you know, over like $25 per each freaking 4K of Halloween. So I'm slowly but surely going to just find ways to add them into the collection. So I did find Halloween. So I'm happy to have this one. Even my son, he was there. He was like freaking out, you guys. So, cause he's huge on horror and stuff. And yeah, so I may end up watching this one with him. And then I did have this in the collection, and then I don't know why I got rid of it. I think it was because I had that mentality that I was gonna get the 4Ks and all that, and so I just decided to get rid of it. Well, adding this back into the collection, it is the triple feature. I know these ones aren't necessarily the greatest, but we have Halloween H2O, Halloween Curse of Michael Myers, and Halloween Resurrection. So triple feature here, why not? Then I did go ahead and snag this film here called In Cold Blood. This one too, I don't remember how I found out about it, but it seemed pretty good, so wanted to check that one out. And then this one too, I've been kind of like seeing more and more on this film and more talk on it, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Got another Jack Lemmon film here, and that is The Apartment. And then this one too, very, very kind of interesting title, and it's not really what you would think it's about. But it's this film here called The Pawnbroker. Okay, so maybe it is, but I guess you have this like Nazi survivor guy who has a pawn shop in Harlem and stuff, and it's actually filmed, I guess, in black and white. So that's gonna be interesting to see. But the way like it's described on the back and stuff, just from reading it, it sounds very, very interesting, and so I'm very, very intrigued to check this one out. All right, so that's it for the Blu-rays. Now let's get into the DVDs. So I was so happy to find this one because I was needing this film for my Jennifer Lopez collection. It is only available on DVD as far as I know, and it is a little pricey if you want to try and buy it new. But that is this film here called Blood and Wine. And you guys, she looks so freaking young right there. She's like almost unrecognizable, man. But yeah, for my JLo collection, I definitely needed this one, so I was happy to find that one. I know this too, I think was it this year or maybe it was last year that it got to the Criterion release, but since I've never seen it, we got some Matt Dillon in A Drugstore Cowboy. A lot of people have been raving about this one too, since it was released in the Criterion collection. So, if I like it, I will definitely go ahead and upgrade down the road. Did not have this one for the Nick Cage collection. I know this one got, or I think recently, like the Arrow treatment or whatever. But still, like 30 bucks or so for the Arrow release. I'll take the DVD for now, but that is Red Rock West. Never seen it, but I've heard good things on it, so was happy to find that. This one too, I've only ever seen the remake of this film, which is very, very good, as well as the book. I remember reading the book, I want to say maybe freshman year high school, or maybe it might have been middle school. I don't exactly recall, but I know I read the book in school, and that is Of Mice and Men. And this is the original I think it's 1939. The remake is from 1992. This one I did not see having a Blu-ray release, so it's only available here on DVD. The remake, though, does have a Blu-ray release, which eventually I hope to add to the collection, for the right price and whatnot. But yeah, this one is in black and white, you guys. But I highly recommend if you've never read the book, never seen the film. I mean, I'm sure this is just equally as great. Like I said, I've only seen the remake, which I really enjoyed. But I do highly recommend Of Mice and Men, you guys. Never seen. Next up, this film, I don't recall how I found out about this one. I think it came like as a recommendation. Somebody was doing some sort of recommendation video and they talked about this film. I'm like, okay, I've never heard of it. And I am digging the slipcover on this. And that is this film here called Starstruck. Look at that slip, you guys. Pretty freaking nice. It's very sparkly, as you can see. And the film even has the pink case and everything. So, I don't know. But looks pretty good, so we shall see. I really don't know anything about this film. Man, I guess I was like in a Jack Lemmon mood or something because I have a third film here with him in it. And this one, you also have Jane Fonda and Michael Douglas in this film here called The China Syndrome. Yeah, never heard of it. Don't know. Like I've never like heard much on it anyways. I do know this has a Blu-ray release, but yeah, The China Syndrome, I was just very, very curious to check this one out. So, yeah. Got that one. This is one that I recently found out about, and like ever since I heard about it, I've been hearing like more and more good things on it. And this one too, it's kind of stuck on DVD. We've got Robert Duvall, Kevin Costner, and Annette Bening in Open Range. So got that one. And this one too, another one stuck on DVD, Splash. Never seen it. I guess it was quite popular back in the day. You got a good cast in here, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. This one here, I really wanted this one because it has obviously Nick Jonas and James Franco in it. It's a film called Goat. It's one of those kind of like, I think it's like a frat boy type film where, they have to do these like crazy stuff or something to become part of the frat, something like along those lines. So got that one. Now this film, I never actually read up on what it was actually about. I'd been hearing lots of things like on the Blu-ray and how it's like crazy out of print and everything, and I never see the DVD anywhere. And so I saw this there and I was like, you know what, I want to see what all the hype is about. And hey, who knows, if I find the Blu-ray by miracle down the road, cool. But for now, I'm good with the DVD here, and that is The Fall. It seems very interesting, like a very, very fun, maybe kind of like whimsical type film. I don't know. But the fall, I was just very, very curious to see what everybody's talking about with this one. So we got that. And I bet you're questioning, did I find a snapper? Well, yes, I sure did, you guys. And it has a Blu-ray, but you know what? I didn't have it, and it's for the Robin Williams collection, and that is The World According to Garp. Snapper. So I looked out there. So that is everything that I picked up while on vacation, you guys. I definitely, I mean, I'm sure we will be making a trip back that way, because actually on our last day there, hubby, he got like super excited seeing all these people just crabbing from the dock. And so yeah, our last day there, he was crabbing. He bought all this stuff, and we lucked out. We managed to get 4. It has its little tricks and stuff to it, because you can't keep everything that you get, but it was pretty fun, you guys. I gotta say, crabbing is actually a little bit more exciting than fishing. So we'll probably make a day and go back and, you know, do some crabbing, and I'll probably, you know, hit up this little thrift store again and see what movies I can snag then. But that is everything that I got, you guys. Let me know if you've seen any of these films, your thoughts on them, any, you know, recommendations of what I should jump on first. Let me know. And you guys, stay tuned if you like, because I will be adding in some pics here at the end of, you know, just some little snippets from our vacation for you guys to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Join the family if you have not, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.